Shalom and happy Hanukkah. I'm Rabbi Gavi Ruit, and tonight we celebrate the seventh night of this light-filled holiday. Growing up, I didn't think much of the game Spinning the Dreidel that we played this time of year. In my home, we always played for chocolate gelt, and I just wasn't a big fan. But as I got older and delved more deeply into Kabbalah and Chassidut, I found that there is profound symbolism in the game I used to see as silly. So for these last two nights of Hanukkah, I'm going to focus on some of the dreidel symbolism I find most meaningful. For starters, spinning the dreidel didn't start out as some silly game. During the Roman rule about 2,000 years ago, Jews experienced extreme religious persecution. We weren't allowed to study Torah or perform religious rituals in the land of Israel. But Torah study is so central to who we are as a people that the Jews of the time would not be deterred. Rabbis and teachers met with students in caves or other remote places where they would study Torah together. But these clandestine study groups always had a lookout to alert them to any Roman guards or officials in the area. When one was spotted, the group would stop learning Torah and pull out a gambling game to make it look like they were whiling away the time aimlessly. That game was spinning the dreidel. For those who might be unfamiliar with the game, a dreidel is a top with four sides. And on each side, there is a Hebrew letter, a gimel, a hey, a nun, or a shin. At the start of the game, everyone puts something into the pot. In my home, it was always chocolate gelt. The spinner whose dreidel falls on gimel gets the whole pot as their prize. The one who falls on the hay gets half the pot. The one who gets a nun gets nothing. And the spinner who gets a shin has to put something more into the pot. As you can see, it's a game of chance, which the Roman guards saw as innocuous. But the letters on that four-sided top have been interpreted in many ways. Two interpretations, which are connected, that I find particularly interesting are the four levels of self and the four exiles. In the first, the dreidel represents the four basic elements of the human experience. The gimel is the guf, which means body and symbolizes our physical self. The nun stands for nefesh, or spirit, and is the life force that allows the body to grow and feel. The shin stands for seichel, or mind, and represents consciousness and intellect. And the hey is for hakol, which means all. Hakol is the complete person that incorporates body, spirit, and mind. The four exiles refer to the four empires in history that sought to exile the Jewish people. They were the Babylonians, the Persians, the Greeks, and the Romans. Each tried to destroy the centeredness of the Jewish people, but in different ways, each relating to a side of the dreidel. Babylonia destroyed the first temple and sought to eradicate and extinguish the nefesh, or nun, of the Jewish people by breaking their spirit. The Persian Empire brought us Haman of our Purim story. Haman sought to destroy the guf, or gimel, of the Jewish people by literally killing Jewish bodies. And the Greeks attacked the shin, or seichel, of the Jews by instituting Hellenistic thought and forbidding Torah study. And the Romans, which gave rise to Western civilization, allowed for the hay of hakol, in which Jews have suffered bodily, spiritually, and intellectually. And yet, in spite of all of these attempts to diminish us as a people, we persist and thrive, and we continue to spin the dreidel. Happy Hanukkah.